What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the shocking marketing we got for a new Warzone map, Rebirth Island getting nuked with zombies then replaced, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and make sure you have notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Cold War 2, Warzone, Modern Warfare 2, and any other future Call of Duty as well. I had a different video planned for today, but I'm going to save that for later this week. Also expect more daily gameplay streams as soon as the marketing for new content does calm down a little bit. We've posted a lot over the last week, right? Reacting to all the Modern Warfare 2 marketing. We had those streams and countdowns, reactions. We had our podcast and plenty of videos in between. But now that I have a new PC and it's much easier to stream, I want to do as many daily streams as possible where we just sit down with some open lobbies, play some different games, and have a good time with all you guys out there as often as possible. But obviously the marketing has been on fire and it didn't stop for even today. Yes, today is Sunday and we got this tweet from the Call of Duty account out of nowhere. It was at about 12 or 1 o'clock Central. Only recruits with a golden MWII can see the name of next season's Warzone destination, and we have some letter hints, right? F, T, S, E, F, and right away everyone's like, oh, footsteps? No, it's actually Fortune's Keep, and I'm like, hold on a second, let me read that again. Warzone's next destination? I'm like, oh, is that a new point of interest in Caldera? Are they adding something to Rebirth? No, this is a brand new Warzone map altogether, and Fortune's Keep is a very odd name for a Warzone map, at least in my opinion. Sounds like the name of like an LTM or like the name of Season 4, similar to how Season 3 is called Classified Arms. Fortune's Keep does sound like it would even be like a COD mobile season, but that being the name of the new Warzone map is something I'm going to really have to get used to because that is a bit of a strange choice. Hopefully it's not a sign that COD's going to go downhill in terms of names and taglines for new releases because we've had some gangster taglines over the past few years. MWII 2019 was like, we get dirty so the world stays clean, or if you can't identify the target, you are the target. Cold War, know your history, and then even Vanguard, rise on all fronts. Those just sound catchy, really fit the actual themes of those games, but the ultimate weapon is team for MW2, it just doesn't do it for me, and they could have come up with something a lot more gangster for someone like Task Force 141. The ultimate weapon is team kind of sounds like a tagline you would expect in a CW show, to be honest with you. But Fortune's Keep, I don't know if it rolls well on the tongue. Hey, let's hop on Fortune's Keep instead of, hey, let's hop on Rebirth or hop on Caldera or Verdansk. You know, one word always makes the most sense for a map name, but we'll see how this goes. Then we then got a follow-up tweet which says, discover new riches in Fortune's Keep, help the community reveal the TAC map tomorrow. Now the thing is, at first you could assume Fortune's Keep isn't the name of the map, but this tweet kind of confirms that it is. So tomorrow should be some interesting marketing. We're not sure what exactly is going to happen, but there might be an event tied to that, which we're going to get to in a second, but I'll keep you guys posted with a separate video tomorrow if it's worth reporting on, right? Maybe it's going to be some silly marketing tomorrow, just a picture, but if it's actually like a blog post talking about what's going to happen with Warzone in Season 4, then I'll definitely cover that. It's kind of a coincidence that I actually posted a full-length video yesterday talking about everything we know so far about Season 4 for Vanguard and Warzone, and in that video, not much was known about Warzone, so we didn't talk too much about what could be coming to Caldera or Rebirth, but we at least know that Caldera is going to get a big shift and a lot of changes in Season 4, so they're probably going to fix the foliage, some of the points of interest, the visibility, but it looks like we're not just getting that, we're getting a whole new map alongside that. Can't complain about new content, right? But isn't it a bit strange that Warzone 1's life is coming to an end in the next couple of months? It's confirmed already that Warzone 2 is coming out later this year, presumably in like late November, early December, 100% before the new year, and it's also ironic that we had a claim from Tom Henderson recently that a Rebirth-sized Warzone map is also in development for Warzone 2, so that would at least confirm we're going to be getting one new big map in Warzone 2 and then a Rebirth-sized one alongside that. But I'm like, wait, why would they use the resources now to pump out a new map for Warzone 1, which isn't going to get any more updates after this fall? It's kind of like, all right, here's a new map, you're going to play it for a couple of months, and then you're never going to touch this application ever again. You're never going to have access to the MWII 2019, Cold War, or Vanguard weapons again in Warzone. You're going to be on a whole new application, Warzone 2, with just Modern Warfare 2 content. But like I said, new content is new content. It's something that can help kill the time, I guess, until Modern Warfare 2, unless you guys are playing Cold War 2, or if you like Vanguard, or you're playing other games entirely. It's going to be interesting to see, because if the map is a banger, I'm going to be like, wait, hey, it sucks that this map is in Warzone 1 because now it's going to be irrelevant after a little while. It'll always be playable. Warzone 1 is going to remain as is, but it looks like when Warzone 1's life ends, it'll just be an application that sits there, and if you want to hop on it with whatever player base is left, you can just play Caldera or this new map, Fortune's Keep. Now you guys are like, wait a second, are they actually replacing Rebirth though? Well, a lot of leakers and gaming scoopers are claiming that yes, Rebirth is going to be replaced with the start of Season 4. But what's interesting is that a lot of these leakers and scoopers did miss out on some details regarding Fortune's Keep that have apparently been sitting in the Warzone files for quite some time. Strings like Somewhere in the Mediterranean, Operation Dragon's Cove, September 21st, 1976, and then Fortune's Keep. That's all been sitting there for a while, which people out there may have seen and glanced over, or just presumed that it was some type of LTM coming to Rebirth or Caldera at some point in the future. But it's also fascinating that before Warzone Pacific released with Caldera, I was speculating that at some point during Vanguard's life cycle, Rebirth would be replaced. I just felt like it would make sense considering we've had Rebirth since December 2020, and technically we've had Rebirth as an experience since like 2018, or was it 2019 when Alcatraz released in Blackout. So I think it's okay for a change, but maybe I'd say let's just have like a mosh pit or something where you can vote which map you want when you're in a lobby, or just have both maps available to play in Warzone 1. But if anything, I would have said, oh, a Rebirth-sized map would make sense for Warzone 2, but I would not have put on a bingo card that we were going to get a new Warzone map for this iteration of it, this close to the release of Modern Warfare 2. There was obviously a lot of fair speculation about Hashima Island, considering it would probably play well as a Battle Royale map, but I think considering the energy around the Vanguard integration, that game altogether, plus Caldera and Warzone Pacific, but I think the energy surrounding Vanguard, the integration with Warzone, Caldera, that is already in a tough spot and might actually lead Fortune's Keep to fail as a Battle Royale map, because if it's just a mini Caldera, things might not work out for the community, and I don't think Raven has any interest in saying, alright, we just developed this whole new map, we're going to take it away and bring back Rebirth. If anything, at most, if it's possible, they might just leave both of them in the game at once, but that's very unlikely considering the amount of space it would take up on your platform to have all those maps installed at a single point in time. But notice how the year for Fortune's Keep, which got leaked, is 1976, and I just brought this up in my video yesterday. I'm like, wait a second, the post-launch story has been very strange so far, because it starts off after Season 6 of Cold War in Verdansk, where the crew meets Butcher, and then it looks like the post-launch story is set up to be just Butcher narrating stories to Mason and his crew about what he experienced before the actual events of the Vanguard campaign when he was putting together other task forces around the world. And that was kind of going somewhere. It was a bit dull, nothing was really happening, and then Season 3 is like, oh, okay, it's Godzilla versus King Kong, and I'm like, hold on, so Butcher's still narrating that story to Mason and his crew. Is that just like a crossover event they had to slip into the story this year? Like, yeah, it's a one and done. But no, not only did that happen, and that was also taking place in like the 50s, whereas we left off in the late 40s during Season 2. Now we're in the 70s, the late 70s, I should add, for this experience. So the only thing I'm thinking is that they changed trajectory for this post-launch story, considering the low energy and interest around Vanguard. They're like, all right, let's do something different to keep some interest alive for the remaining seasons of this game, and let's kind of have the upcoming seasons, which were 3 and 4, let's have those get as quickly to the 80s as possible so we can kind of pick up where we left off with Butcher and Mason's crew in the bunker, which could set up a very Cold War-centric season, which might not even be DLC for Vanguard, since there's not going to be a Season 6 supposedly. Maybe it's going to lead to some type of major content update for Black Ops Cold War. I'm going to talk more about that in a separate video that I have planned later this week, but something's going on with these time jumps here, and it's kind of funny that Task Force Vanguard, the characters they wanted us to care about in this game, have not played a role at all in the post-launch story, which is strange, but hey, if these seasonal cutscenes are leading us back to that bunker scene, and it's gonna be something Black Ops related that's important, then so be it. I'm down for that, let's do it. But remember, I'm posting this video on a Sunday, so I'll keep you guys posted with another video tomorrow as to what happens, but if we're getting a TAC map revealed tomorrow, and the way they word it is that we have to help the community find the TAC map, I wonder what that entails, right? A puzzle in game, or a puzzle on Twitter we have to solve, or is it actually the event that's been rumored for Rebirth for quite some time, dealing with zombies? Now, we have leakers and gaming scoopers today claiming that Rebirth is going to be overrun by zombies in Season 4 and will be nuked similar to Verdansk and then replaced by this new map, which is Fortune's Keep. So are they going to copy paste the Nuke event from Verdansk? It's very possible that's what happens, because don't forget there were new strings added to the Warzone files recently talking about a new zombies LTM, finding cures, antivirals, surviving and becoming the last man standing, and being able to play as a zombie again. So it might be like a variation of the zombies LTMs we've had in the past in Warzone, but here on Rebirth. And I've always wanted to have some zombies LTM on Rebirth. It's awesome. I mean, Rebirth is a Black Ops centric map to begin with, and the unique thing about Rebirth is that it really does cover multiple eras for the COD series. I mean, it's relevant with Vanguard and has been a little bit. It was very relevant with Black Ops, obviously, that's where it's from, and then they did like a Cold War Perseus themed Season 2 Reloaded for Rebirth, which was Rebirth Reinforced, and it's also kind of covering the Modern Warfare era a little bit, since we played variations of the map to take place in like the late 2020s. So Rebirth's been a very important map, and I don't think anybody wants to see the map go away, but it looks like that could be what's in store for the map. And funny enough, the schedule for the modes that are going to be rotated in and out of Warzone already got posted, and there's a redacted LTM for Rebirth, which is going to last 2 days. So what I can assume is that after those 2 days are up, then we'll have this like live event of sorts where you see the map get nuked, and then boom, it throws you right into a match of the brand new experience, which is Fortune's Keep. Or they'll have it where the map gets nuked and then Rebirth becomes unplayable a day later, so they can take that map out and then throw a patch that has Fortune's Keep on it, while still allowing you to play Caldera in the background if you so please. Now I'll also say this, I mean, we haven't really had a roadmap, so to speak, for any of the post-launch seasons of Vanguard. I mean, Season 1 got a decent one, there wasn't a Reloaded, Season 2 got a decent one, and there surprisingly was a Reloaded roadmap because it was very Rebirth focused, Rebirth Reinforced, and even that roadmap was a bit off, right? There were a lot of redundant content on there that didn't really need its own box. Season 3, a decent one, but from the start, it was a Warzone-centric season with Operation Monarch. Not much added to Vanguard. Warzone really carried the way through all of that, and still is right now. And it looks like Season 4 is also going to be a very Warzone-centric season, considering a new map is coming out. So don't expect too much in Vanguard, the base game. As I talked about in my video yesterday, there is a decent amount of content that's known that's coming to the game, but not all of that, if not most of it, is not going to be coming at the start of the season. But all I know is that this map definitely needs to hit, especially considering they're about to take away what I consider the only popular and well-received part of Warzone right now. Not that Caldera's a bad map. I had a lot of fun with it, especially during Monarch. I really did, and I think it's fun with friends. And I think it's definitely a more polished experience in comparison to Verdansk if you're on PC, though. I think on console, Caldera's a bit off. Things don't look right, things don't load correctly. I totally understand that because I experienced that on PS5 for the longest time. But if this map doesn't hit, that's not going to look good. That's going to also take away some confidence in Raven and Infinity Ward once they get Warzone 2 off the ground at some point later this fall. But Rebirth going away is just sad to me. I mean, I just started having more fun with Rebirth 2 and more fun with Warzone altogether because I just moved to PC, and FOV slider, the frame rate, the refresh rate, everything is fantastic, and Warzone's a completely different game on PC versus console. So I'm really sad that this could be our last couple of days playing Rebirth, but I said it earlier on Twitter, it's always been ironic that Rebirth is technically a Treyarch map, which also then became the most popular part of Warzone. When people were tired of Verdansk and were like, hey, want a new map? Everybody moved to Rebirth. Verdansk 84 was pretty popular and well received for the most part, but people were still on Rebirth. Caldera came out, people are still on Rebirth. Now, I will be called a shill for this, I get it, but it would be cool to see Treyarch take another swing at a full Battle Royale map in the next couple of years for Warzone 2. Like I said in a previous video, they want to keep the experiences separate. Okay, have 1 or 2 Modern Warfare 2 Battle Royale maps in Warzone 2 that only have MWII weapons, and then have Treyarch come out with their own Warzone 2 map in the future that only feature the Black Ops 2024 weapons, so that there isn't like this clusterfuck of like 3 different game sets of weapons in one Battle Royale experience. But I got this good reply from somebody who said, yeah, how dare you shill for a studio that continuously puts out content with fun and innovative gameplay, a studio that caters to fast action and fun, opposed to safe spaces and bland material. I'm a Treyarch fanboy for a reason. They make fun stuff. It's that simple. And look, yeah, I love Treyarch and I prefer them over any other studio, but that's the thing. You gotta be honest. Just look at how the content has looked over the past couple of years. What's been the most fun content to talk about, to play, to cover in videos, to stream, whatever the case is. And I'll be honest, right? I'm still looking forward to a transition to Modern Warfare 2. I'm just excited for all the new opportunities it'll bring to all factions of the community. The casuals, the hardcores, the Giga Chat sweats, the content creators. I'm excited to cover a whole new game, I really am, but that campaign gameplay the other day, I mean, sure, it looked pretty because it's campaign, but Where was the innovation in the gameplay? What was so special about it in comparison to other reveals? I mean, look at, I'm going to call the Shill again, but look at the Cold War campaign gameplay reveal, where we did see a fair amount of innovation right off the bat with that slow motion sniper bullet. We then saw a new animation where you can grab an enemy and shoot at the same time and hold them hostage and do these other things. I mean, that gameplay was wild, and you could say, oh, other COD campaigns have done stuff like that. Sure, but you might want to show that a little bit in your reveal for the campaign gameplay so that you can kind of set the tone for how crazy the campaign's gonna be. That's what Cold War did, and it really achieved that and said, yeah, this is setting the tone for how crazy Cold War's campaign is, and it was. It was fantastic, one of the best campaigns in years. But MW2's campaign reveal, it's like, all right, cool. Nothing really crazy was shown in it. Not trying to hate on it at all. I'm still trying to be positive about it, but I'm just being upfront about the gameplay in terms of innovation. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on Rebirth Island being replaced in Season 4 by a map called Fortune's Keep? What are your thoughts on zombies and a Nuke event coming to Rebirth, as well as the other report about a new open world RPG coming from Infinity Ward? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.